start with another European campaign. How's preparation gone?
So far, so good. We've had a good, tour in Austria for the 10 days, and the players have in as good as condition as it can be at this stage of. It's not even the season yet. At this stage of pre-season, so yeah, we're pleased. We've got a couple of players missing. Jack Hendry and Marian Sved picked up an injury yesterday, so they haven't travelled. But the squad's still pretty strong at the minute.
It's always a fraught time of the season, isn't it? When these qualifiers come back after back after back.
Well, these are the most difficult games. Champions League, when you get to the group stage, is fantastic, but the hard work is getting there. And we could have had an easier draw. I think Sarajevo will be very tough opponents over the two games, but the guys know what the incentives are and they know what's at stake. It's still very, very early. They've had a short break, but the majority of them are in good nick and good condition.
How important is the Champions League to you as a manager and to the club?
For me, it's very important. I've had experiences of it before in my time here at Celtic, and for your own development as a coach and a manager, and certainly for the players and for the club, it means such a lot. It's one of our main priorities, there's no question of that. We've got 8 games to negotiate if we can, and that's almost a quarter of a season, but we know that's a difficult road to travel, but we know the rewards are great at the end of it.
Against Athens showed last season how difficult it can be.
Of course, yeah. We've all had our little hiccups along the way. Athens are a very good side, so you could get a team that are midway through their season, you could get a team that have Champions League pedigree, and sometimes it's a luck of the draw as well.
What is the main strength of Sarajevo, by your opinion?
They're very good in wide areas. The fullbacks, particularly the right back, is forward very well. They've got good strength, physicality in the team. They're very strong at the free kicks for as well. So in terms of set plays, they're very strong in that aspect. And we expect the game, we're away from home in Europe, to be as difficult as possible at this stage of the season.
Last time around, Neil, you often spoke about the stress at this time of season with these qualifiers and an extra round of these days. Do you feel stressed out?
Not at the minute, no. Probably will be at maybe 7:45 tomorrow. But look, we know the pressures that come with it, and the players are experienced in that aspect. Out of the 3 years they qualified, in 2 under Brendan, and we're fortunate not to go through against Athens last year. So can be a bit of luck riding on things as well. But our preparation has been good as it can be. So we've tried to leave no corner unturned in terms of our preparation for this event.
When it comes to players enjoying European football, managers enjoying European football, you're obviously going to enjoy the group stage stuff. Can you enjoy these games? Can you enjoy them?
No, because it's still step by step, and you're never really comfortable at any stage. So even in this opening tie, I think Sarajevo are a good side. I think they've got decent players and decent pedigree, and I'm sure the atmosphere will be, I wouldn't say hostile, but it'll be intense. So we have to be ready for that and be prepared for that.
When you think back to your matches, maybe in Helsingborg, in Elfsborg, in Kazakhstan, against Karagandhi, when you look back at those matches, do you feel coming into this as Celtic manager again, the second time around these qualifiers, do you feel almost dogged by those ones?
Dogged?
Yeah, do you feel as though you've been kind of hardened by them?
Yeah. You're more experienced. You know what to expect. Although we are playing in different countries against the varying cultures of football. So I think the experience that I've had will hopefully stand me in good stead. And certainly, there's a core group of players in there who've done it before, and they will know what to expect coming into the game.
Have you got a group of players right now, Neil, that's ready for Champions League group stage football?
And the majority of them are, yeah. There's no question of that. Do you mean in terms of their footballing ability or their conditioning, or?
Just as the squad stands right now, you've made a few additions. Is it as it stands ready for group stage football?
Yeah, in the main, yeah. But we would like to add, a few more bits of quality to the squad in certain areas. There's no question of that, and that takes a bit of time. And of course, like I said last week, I think it's harsh that we have to play 4 qualifiers, but that is where we are. We have to accept that, and not mope about it and just concentrate on each tie, each leg as it comes.
For us in Bosnia, it's a little bit unusual that away squad didn't train before the day before the game. Why did you make that decision?
It's just something that the current squad have been used to, where we train at home and then we travel on the day of the game. In my previous time as the manager here, we would have trained at the stadium, but we want to keep the players in a familiar routine as possible.
Jozo Šimunović, will he be in a starting 11?
I'm not going to tell him a team, but he's got a good chance.
A lot of talk this last few days, Neil, about Olivier Cham's quotes.
Yeah, well, look, that will be addressed when Olivier comes back. I think it's fair to say that a lot of us, whether it be management, players, or people at the club, are not satisfied with the comments.
Have you spoken to him since?
No. I will, though.
I'm disappointed, are you?
Well, I'm not going to comment on that. When I speak to Olivier, it'll be done privately, but you can imagine that we find the comments untimely and not particularly accurate.
You feel he's angling for a way out?
I think that's pretty obvious, really.
What's your thoughts about his future with Celtic?
But he's still got a future. He's under contract, but I will be speaking to him about his mindset and his attitude towards the club as well, which the way it came across didn't look good.
The general impression is that Celtic is a big favorite in these two matches. Do you agree with that?
No. I mean, it is very early, so the tie can, it'll sway both ways. So it's a dangerous tie for Celtic, whether we're the favourites or not. We're used to being favourites, particularly in domestic football and sometimes in European football as well. But we will not take anything for granted, and we have utmost respect for Sarajevo. They're the champions of their country, and they are a team to be respected.
Mr. Lennon, are you familiar with the thing that in previous two games here on Kosovo, Scottish club didn't win?
Sorry?
In two previous games, Scottish clubs didn't win here at the same stadium we're playing tomorrow.
So that sort of galvanizes the thought process that it's going to be a very difficult game for us, But the tie is over two games, so we obviously want to be, difficult to beat tomorrow, but try and take something back to Celtic Park, where a week later down the line we'll be fitter, more sharper, and we will be at home, which will give us a big advantage. But tomorrow night is important. It's very important we start the game well and focused and in the right frame of mind to get a result.
What do you generally think about Bosnian football?
Well, you have some fantastic individual players. When you think of Jacko, Pjanic, and the international team has had good success over recent years, whether it be playing in the World Cup or producing fine international players. So yeah, I'm a big admirer of some of the Bosnian players, there's no question of that.
Any movement in Kieran? Any offers?
Nothing. There's no further movement.
Kieran and how he's dealt with this summer, because it would be easy, despite the fact he's played so many games, as a kid still a young guy, to see these headlines and be affected by them. He says he's been great with it. How's it been as his manager with these relentless headlines?
To be honest with you, Liam, I've taken no notice of the headlines. I'm well aware of where we are in terms of the situation. Spoke to Kieran in Austria, and to be honest with you, I haven't really seen much of him because he came back early from Austria and he's been rehabbing, so he's not obviously been on the training ground as yet. It can be an unsettling period for any player, and that's understandable. But until a club comes up with any sort of realistic valuation of the player, then we don't have to do anything, and we won't. So it's as you were, and Kieran's getting on with his rehabilitation, and we're getting on with what we'll have to do here.
Do you allow yourself to think about the last minute James Forrest goal against Carragandi running down the cup?
I would love that. it's almost as good as winning a trophy, qualifying for the Champions League as far as I'm concerned, and what it brings for the club, but we're a long way off that just yet. This is the first step, hopefully, in achieving that, but we have a lot of hard work, and we may need a little bit of luck along the way and try and stay injury-free with our top players as well. So there's going to, like I said, it's going to sway to and fro in a lot of the games, and they're going to be tight. And we know we have no divine right to get into the Champions League, but from our standpoint, it would be fantastic if we could.
Any player from the home team to play special attention? Is there any player
From the Sarajevo team, I think Atomovic is a real handful. You know,
Number 9.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, you should know. I mean, you're the local guy.
Like your pronunciation.
Sorry, I'm not great on the Bosnian, but he is a fine player, a strong player, and one to watch.